Well, you might think that a dime is just worth 10 cents, but these little silver treasures could be worth much more. So, get ready to be amazed because in this video, we'll be diving into the world of numismatics to reveal the top 15 most valuable dimes ever sold. From mint errors to historical rarities, you won't believe the stories behind these tiny but precious coins. So sit back, coin collectors and history buffs, and be with us to explore the fascinating world of valuable dimes together. Number 15. 1916 D Mercury Dime. The 1960 D Mercury dime is like super famous in the world of 20th century numismatics. See, the US Mint started making Mercury dimes with some people called winged Liberty Head dimes in 1916, but the Denver Mint only made 264,000 of them, while Philly made over 22 million and San Francisco made over 10 million. So, because of that low mintage and high demand, the 1916 D is super hard to find and worth a ton of money. And this one is extra special because it's really well made and has cool, colorful designs on both sides. That's why it's the most valuable Mercury dime out there with a worth of more than $195,500. Number 14. 1797 Draped Bust Dime, 16 stars. I think you know that the first dimes in the US were minted way back in 1796. Right, man? Okay. It's believed that Gilbert Stuart designed the coin and Robert Scott engraved it. At the time, it was customary to add a star for every state in the Union. The initial dimes had only 13 stars, but since this particular coin has 16 stars, we can assume it was made in the latter half of 1797. According to the United States Mint, they produced 25,261 dimes that year. However, they often used the previous year's die until it became unusable. So it's possible that up to 3,864 coins with the 1796 date were made and added to the inventory in February 1797. The coin's exceptional condition means it's worth a whopping $200,000. Number 13. 1798 Draped Bust Dime, small 8. In 1798, the US dime got a makeover. Mint engraver Robert Scott redesigned it to feature a heraldic eagle on the back, replacing the scrawny eagle that was there before. Fun fact, back in the day, coin dies were made one by one and the date was engraved by hand. This particular dime has a smaller 8 in the date than other dimes from the same year. And if it's in impeccable condition, it's worth over $250,000. Number 12. 1871 CC Liberty Seated Dime. The US Mint made Liberty Seated dimes for over 50 years, from 1837 to 1891. Christian Gobrecht was the mastermind behind the design of both the front and the back of the coin. As time went on, the design was tweaked a bit, leading to 4 different versions of the dime. Interestingly, while some proof coins were made in super small numbers, like just 2, this particular dime we're talking about here ranks as the 12th lowest in terms of production for regular everyday use. And in 2014, it was valued at $270,250 in an auction in New York. Pretty cool, huh? Number 11. 1873 CC Liberty Seated Dime, arrows at date. The Carson City Mint with a CC mint mark was specifically built to produce coins from the Comstock Lode in Nevada, unique of its kind. Here's an interesting tidbit. Because the cost of silver was going up, the United States Mint actually reduced the weight of dimes from 2.67 grams to 2.49 grams in the middle of 1853. To show the change, they added little arrows on each side of the date. Now, this particular dime is worth a lot because it's from the Carson City Mint, which didn't produce a ton of coins. Plus, since it was made during the time when the dime's weight was reduced, it's even more valuable. In 2012, at the ANA World's Fair of Money auction in Philadelphia, it was auctioned at $282,000. Number 10. 1841 Proof Liberty Seated Dime, no drapery. The Liberty Seated Dime went through some changes during its 55-year run. When Christian Brecht first designed the dime in 1837, Lady Liberty didn't have any drapery extending from her left elbow. But in 1840, they made some tweaks to the design and added the drapery. Here's where it gets interesting. In 1841, a proof coin was made at the Philadelphia Mint without any drapery on Lady Liberty's elbow. Experts think that only 2 or 3 of these coins were ever made. Really, and that rare 1841 proof Liberty sealed dime without drapery on Lady Liberty's elbow. It was sold at an auction in New York in 2013 for a dazzling $305,500. Number 9. 1803 Draped Bust Dime. Can you believe that this coin is over 200 years old and still looks almost as good as new? It's pretty remarkable if you ask me. Back when the United States was just starting out, people were more focused on making a living than collecting coins as a hobby. So, it's amazing that someone took the time to preserve this particular coin before it even had the chance to be put into circulation. This coin, an 1803 bust dime, is actually the best one known to exist, which is why it's worth $322,000 or more. Number 8. 1938 S Mercury Dime. At first glance, a 1938 S Mercury dime might not seem like anything special. After all, the San Francisco Mint produced over 8 million of them, so they're not exactly rare. You could easily find a regular well-worn one for just a couple of bucks. But this particular coin is a whole different story. It is in absolute perfect condition, never been circulated or touched by human hands, which is why it is so valuable. In fact, the professional coin grading service gave it an almost perfect grade of MS68+. Believe it or not, there's no better example of this particular coin in existence, and beyond our imagination, this cost an unbelievable price of $364,500 at Legend Rare Coin Auctions in 2019. Number 7. 1975 No S Proof Roosevelt Dime. Back in 1975, the United States Mint only made proof coins at its San Francisco facility, which means all coins should have an S mint mark on them. But surprisingly, 2 coins were produced with no mint mark. According to experts, mint workers must have mistakenly created a proof die without the mint mark. The mint reportedly destroyed all coins that were produced in error without the S mint mark, but 2 of them somehow survived. And in 2011, one of these coins was sold at an auction in Chicago for $349,600. Recently, another example was sold for an undisclosed amount. Number 6. 1800 Draped Bust Dime. This is a really old coin that looks almost as good as new. Mint records show that only 21,760 of these dimes were made way back in 1800. And experts believe that there are fewer than 100 of these coins still around for collectors to get their hands on. This particular dime is in amazing condition and has been given a really high grade. It's actually the best example of an 1800 draped bust dime that exists today. If you want to have the best collection of these kinds of dimes, you definitely consider paying more than $352,500. Number 5. 1822 Proof Capped Bust Dime. From 1809 to 1837, the US Mint made some cool-looking dimes called capped bust dimes. They were designed by a guy named John Reich. The proof versions of these dimes are especially awesome because they have super fine details and are fully struck. This particular coin is a prime example of a proof coin with beautiful toning around the edges. Now, here's the crazy part. Experts think there might only be 2 to 5 of these coins in existence, and because this one is in such amazing condition, it's worth almost $500,000. Number 4. 1804 Draped Bust Dime, 14 stars reverse. Back in 1804, the US Mint only made a teeny tiny number of dimes, like Yeah, seriously, only 8,264 of them. Here's the cool part. Some of these dimes have 13 stars on the reverse between the eagle and the ring of clouds, while others have 14 stars. The thing is, since each die was made by hand, it was up to the engraver to decide how many stars to put above the eagle's head. Nowadays, experts think that there are only 75 of those 13 coins left in the world, and as for the 14-star ones, there are only 20 known to exist. And if you want to know the value of these coins, one such coin was $632,500 in 2008. That's pretty wild. Incredible. Moving on to number 3. 1796 Draped Bust Dime. So, there's this coin that some experts say wasn't technically a proof coin, while numismatics still think it was handled and prepared in a special way. The details on it are super sharp, which means it was probably made using a fresh set of dies. Plus, there aren't any imperfections on the planchette. That's the metal disc the coin is made from, that take away from its incredible beauty. That's why they call it a specimen strike. Now, even though the mint made over 22,000 of these coins, it's estimated that less than 1,000 still exist today. And the fact that this one is in such amazing condition and has all the characteristics of a specially struck coin is seriously impressive. So impressive, in fact, that it's worth almost a cool $1 million. Number 2. 1873 CC Liberty Seated Dime, no arrows. This is a super rare coin in the world of American numismatics. It's from way back in 1873 when the Carson City Mint was producing dimes with little pointed arrows on each side of the date. Apparently, they made a mistake and minted 12,400 dimes without the arrows, but they supposedly melted them all down, except for one. There's only one of these dimes without arrows that still exists today, and it's in amazing condition. That's why it's worth almost $2 million to collectors who are really into this stuff. It's a pretty cool piece of history. Number 1. 1894 S. Barber Dime. Back in 1894, the San Francisco Mint only made 24 proof dimes. It's not totally clear why they made so few, but people have some theories. Maybe they just wanted to round out their record books, or maybe they made them as special presentation pieces for bankers who visited the mint. Whatever the reason, only 9 of these coins are still around today. And get this, the best one is called the Dr. Jerry Buss specimen. It got a PR 63 grade and was sold at an auction in 2019 for a crazy $1,320,000. Now it is valued at more than $2 million. That's a lot of cash. Thanks for tuning in to this video all about rare and valuable dimes. Who knew that such small coins could be worth so much money? If you're a coin collector, we hope you found this information helpful and maybe even inspired you to start searching for some of these rare dimes yourself. And if you're just a casual viewer, we hope you enjoyed learning about the fascinating world of numismatics. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more awesome content about rare coins and other interesting topics. I'll see you next time.